Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How Out. Tonight we are going for an alcohol-free double IPA. Yeah, that's right, it's this one. It is Low Tide's DIPA Toe In. And it weighs in at 0.5% or less than 0.5% ABV, should I say. And it says on the back of the can yeah, this beer contains some interesting hops. You've got Idaho 7, Mozart and Moutere. You've got malts are Pilsner, rye, wheat and carapils. And your yeast is a regular ale yeast. And yeah, I love the artwork. You know, it's kind of funky. You got the old the rays and the scuba diver. It's all pretty damn cool. Also, my old man, he used to love scuba diving. God rest him. It was one of his favourite things in the world, just to get escaping under the sea. And I'd like to dip a toe in at some point and try it myself. But yeah, so alcohol-free double IPA. Now, the old premise of a double IPA, it's bigger, it's boozier, it's hoppier. Everything is just doubled up on a regular IPA. So how does this translate to the alcohol-free version? Let's find out, shall we? Get it into a can and see what we think. Into the can, into the glass even. So we're pouring into my Northern Monk glass today. The pour is pale, but not overly so. Actually, it's quite a nice colour. Encourage a nice head on that. So, it is mostly clear. You've got good carbonation. We've got a good 2-finger white head that's relatively tight and compact. Now, I'm used to my double IPAs being big and hazy, but that's only because the craft ones tend to be. Your regular IPAs, trad style, shall we say, are not. I've not seen many, shall we say, double IPAs in the trad world. Big Job was one, and that wasn't quite so hazy, but this one, this is nice and clear, lovely golden colour, and it's got a nice head on it too. Let's have a whiff. Ooh, it's hoppy, it's tropical. Got some tropical stone fruit. Got a bit of pineapple. Bit of citrus. It smells good. It's not overly strong on the aroma front. I mean, if we're talking out of 5, you're probably talking sort of like 2.5, so somewhere in the middle. But what is there is promising. Like I say, it's kind of like sweet tropical fruits, a bit like Sharon fruit, a little bit custardy, creamy, tropical stone fruits like your guava. Well, I say tropical stone fruits like mango, really. Pineapples in there, a little bit of citrus, like I say. So it smells promising. It looks all right. Smells promising. Does it taste good though? Let's find out. I can see what they're going for. I can see exactly what they mean by this one. Now, a regular full-fat double IPA is going to be piney, generally. It's going to be resinous. It's going to be big hops, big fruit. This is lacking some of what makes a big double IPA a double IPA. It's alcohol-free, let's be honest. It's lacking some of that body. It's medium at most, but the flavour is there. There is mostly citrus, a little bit of stone fruit, a little bit tropical. It's hoppy. Let's not beat around that bush. There's a sweet malt though. Not the unpleasant sweet malt, but it's just a sweet malt. There is signs of bitterness. Again, that's something else I look for in a good double IPA, or indeed any IPA. There is the signs of bitterness, and I get that that's going to be a bit tricky to bring in. But on the whole, it's really quite nice. Yeah, the finish is dry. It's a dry finish. If you like them dry, you'll love this one. And it's hoppy, and some of those tropical fruit flavours do finish that off quite nicely. It's alright though. It is alright. So, before we go to my scoreboard of joy, we're going to consult even the Untapped scoreboard of joy, which shows a rather low number at 179 check-ins, but an average of 3.41, which isn't too bad at all. What do I think of it though? Let's go to my scoreboard of joy, which is currently empty. So the looks, let's give it a bit of a swirl just to generate some more of that head, and you can see it. It's a lovely white head on a kind of golden colour beer with good clarity to it. It's all right looking, let's be honest. You know, it's not your big fat craft IPA or double IPA with oodles of haze and murk. It's not that particular beast, but it does look nice. It's got colour which indicates to me a bit of flavour and a bit of intensity, and it's got a nice head. So I can't knock the looks at all, really. I'll give it the full point. The aroma is the first point where you know something is going to work or not. And in this instance, it does kind of work. You've got those tropical fruits. They are light, but they are there. You get a hint of the malt. But like I say, citrus, bit of stone fruit, little bit of creaminess from something that's akin to like a Sharon fruit. It's quite nice, but like I say, it's a bit light on the aroma front. I wish it was stronger though. I'd give it a half on that. Like I say, it's good, but that's where it stands. So the next one is the body. And on a good double IPA, I love them big and chewy. This one is light to medium. Mouthfeel is nice though. It's kind of smooth, a little tiny bit of effervescence. It's creamy, silky. It's pretty damn good. I'll give it the 0.75. I say it's not as heavy as perhaps I'd like it, but it suits. And the taste. The taste is where it really matters. And on a double IPA of a regular variety, I'm looking for big hops, big bitterness, and just all-round presence. This one has got big hops. It's got indications of that bitterness. It hits you on the back of the tongue. It's quite good, but it's not a full fat double IPA. That's really the kind of pine resin that I'm looking for. Isn't there? It's very tasty, mind. But is it very, very tasty? Not quite. Not quite. I'm going to give it 0.5 on that front. And the finish, again on a big double IPA, I'm looking for hops, longevity, bitterness and resin. I get hops, I get longevity, I get some of those tropical fruits that translate quite nicely through to the back end. I get the hints of the bitterness, they don't last very long. Again, it's good, but it's not brilliant. I'm going to give it the 0.5 on that front as well, which by my reckoning, that's 1, 2, 3 1/4 out of 5 on the old Untapped scoreboard of joy, which for me is a little bit lower than I was hoping for. I was hoping for something massive. I've got something big, it's very tasty, but I understand that there are some trade-offs to be made when you're comparing an alcohol-free double IPA to a full-fledged double IPA that's hovering around the 9% mark. So yeah, bear that in mind when you try this one. It's not a big boozy number. There is a sacrifice to be made, and it is on the booze, the body, and some of the oomph that you would expect. But otherwise, a very tasty beer that I will happily buy again. So on that note, I'm going to say that's been the beer. Down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. I'm not even going to tell you this time around, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.